Miquella is basically a small guy. In the real world, we call these creatures children. Over a few years, they apparently grow into adults. However, Miquella was cursed to never grow up, which means he never gets to ride water slides or buy copies of GTA. In the base game, you hear whispers about this literal man-child amongst the dregs of society, the downtrodden, the diseased, the putrid. Like my brothers, of course, the Albinorics. You see, Miquella is the good god. He helps people. He has a tree. Trees are cool, right? Of course, they aren't so cool when you are going 100 down a winding forest road while off your gourd on that Saint Trina, because naturally you wrap your car around one. But trees are cool in the context of hollowing one out and creating a civilization for those who are persecuted by the Golden Order, which is exactly what Lil Bro did. And for a time, all sorts of downtrodden, diseased, and putrid creatures chilled out here. However, because Miquella has the brain of a toddler, he overlooked one fatal flaw. His sister's curse is to be the personification of Scarlet Rot, which means she kills things just by standing near them. And because she wanted to play Halo 3 on his Xbox 360, she naturally resided at the bottom of Miquella's Halic tree, which, of course, killed the tree. Genius move. I just feel like maybe Melania, as the responsible adult here, could have made some better choices. Naturally, Miquella mourned the loss of his safe haven and relocated elsewhere to build a bigger and better tree to continue housing the various diseased denizens cast out by the Golden Order, right? That's what he did, right? Well, no. It turns out Miquella has the power of mind control, so he decided to mind control his half-brother to kidnap him and shove him in a giant cocoon egg thing. Yeah, okay, that makes sense, Miquella. Truly a font of pragmatic politics and sensible policy. So naturally, like any true Albinoric, I followed the guy from a distance while staring at him through absent eyes. The first impression of Mogh's joint is that it's kind of evil. Like, I can't speak to Mogh's morality, but I mean, all this blood, these literal demonic pigeons, that's kind of evil. But worst of all, he made my brothers red, and as I'm sure you can already tell, my system of morality is purely based on colors rather than actions. So that means he made my brothers evil through his blood curse. This is unforgivable. Now, because Miquella mind controls Mogh, doesn't that mean he controls the blood curse? So does that mean Miquella by proxy enslaved my brothers, my fellow Albinorics, the disgusting diseased creatures that he swore to save? Man, this guy sucks. He is no longer the pragmatic political operator with sensible policies that I signed up to campaign for. I am going to have to completely destroy him now. Fortunately, his slave is weak to the power of a giant stick. However, Miquella took the age-old adage, life's an egg, cracked to win, to heart. And his egg cocoon thing is indeed cracked, sending him to a faraway realm of shadow. Some chopped chick arrives and calls us twin, because she thinks that we are also a mindless Miquella slave that he called to the realm of shadow. Girl, my face card is lethal. Yours is not. My body is tea. Yours is not. I'm not your twin. I'm your mother. Anyway, I touched this oversized lanky toddler's hand and was spirited away to the realm of shadow. It is here where we can understand the deal with Miquella. You see, the boss baby's master plan is to become a new god outside of the Golden Order, so he can bring about an enforced age of compassion through his powers of mind control. This is bad because, free will or something, I guess? I don't really care. I'm just here to destroy him completely because I feel like it. However, before I can do so, I need to get stronger because Miquella's consort is Radahn resurrected in the body of Mogh. Yeah, he put a dead guy in another dead guy. This is based on a technicality of a deal he made Radahn agree to in the distant past. Radahn thought he was having a giggle, but Miquella was deadly serious. However, Miquella originally considered someone else for this role. That person was Godwyn the Golden, the dead guy above all dead guys. You see, Castle Sol is this place that kind of just exists. It wasn't exactly clear what the purpose of it was, but now the DLC contextualizes it. You most likely know Godwyn the Golden as the shirtless dead guy from the trailer, and the shirtless dead squid guy from the random places in the lands between. From what we know of him, he seemed like a cool dude. This is backed up with how every depiction of him is shirtless, like he was probably a part of California surfing culture in the 60s. Anyway, he got jumped and stabbed to death by 10 guys, because sometimes that happens in California. Miquella tried to resurrect a comrade through Castle Sol, most likely through some ritual involving the eclipse, and the only dead guy it makes sense for him to care about at this point in the story would be Godwyn the Golden. The eclipse show-tell implies this connection, and I promise you it wasn't because he was sad his half-brother died. It has to be because Miquella wanted Godwyn to be his consort, and when Castle Sol failed to bring him back, Miquella pivoted to combining two dead guys to make a Giga dead guy. So I guess all of this is to say that Miquella is just incredibly terrible at planning and executing anything, which forced him to settle for a Giga dead guy instead of the dead guy of dead guys. So in order to defeat the Giga dead guy Radahn, I needed to learn Kung Fu from the best there is, Dryleaf Dane, also known as the guy with a comically oversized hat who just kind of stands there and farms aura. I had like this whole training montage. It was kind of cool. After my training, I became the perfect life form. I mean, I already was, but now I am perfect. With my natural abilities, I could destroy Mesmer. I stole the kindling from his body. He was only using it to reheat leftover fast food, and I'm probably more happy to get it than he was sad to lose it. So, whatever. This is required to reach Miquella. You need to destroy a tree using it. Yes, Miquella really just seems like a guy who can't escape destroying trees. To reach said tree, we need to fight some bug lady. You can just tell by the way that she is that she probably has a tragic prepare to cry backstory, but
we don't care.
Let me tell you something.
We don't care. Jerry.
Finally, we have brought Anir Elim into the real world. At the top of it rests the Gate of Divinity, Miquella's goal, the very same gate that his mother used to become a god. However, on our way up, we meet an old friend. Leda and her goons object to me destroying Miquella. Apparently, despite Miquella's mind control wearing off, they are still loyal to his vision of an age of compassion, because I guess they are supposed to be nice people or something. Due to this small disagreement, I am going to have to completely destroy them. It's not like Miquella's world will be better than mine, right? I am an ardent student of the loathsome dung eater. I mean, not in the dung eating way, but in the bringing about a poo world way. That's my goal as Elden Lord, to usher in an age of poo, because I am bored. And so I completely destroyed them. They would never see the age of poo. That is the true prepare to cry. However, one more obstacle stood in the way of my perfect world, the boss baby. He was easily the second most intimidating toddler I have ever seen, the most intimidating being the one that stole my car 3 years ago. However, this time I was prepared. I had trained under the guy with the comically oversized hat, and so there we stood, Radahn and the boss baby, me, the perfect life form, fighting for the world we believe in. For Miquella, an enforced age of compassion, and for me, the poo world envisioned by the loathsome dung eater. It was a battle for the ages. It was a battle for the ages. It was a battle for the ages. Okay, it was supposed to be a battle for the ages, but it wasn't working. My martial arts had failed me. It was definitely my mentor's fault. Him and his ridiculous hat. There is no way this failure could rest on my shoulders. After all, I am the perfect life form, and nothing is ever my fault. There were two things that had never failed me, my giant stick and myself. In order to attain true perfection, I had to battle without honor and humanity. I had to go full me smash. I immediately gave Radahn 200 CTEs, and he tragically passed away in his sleep. After this, we get a cutscene where we can see Miquella initially scamming Radahn to be his zombie slave. Okay, that's it. That's the deal with Miquella. He literally just grew a tree and destroyed it, kidnapped himself, kidnapped the Albinaurics, and then made me destroy Radahn again because I was bored. He really is a genuine failure, isn't he? You did not need to do all of that, Miquella. You could have just copied Rani and pointed us troglodytes in the direction of big things for us to kill, in a way that ultimately fulfills your objective of becoming a new god. That way Miquella could have bossed us around. He could have been the boss baby, but as it stands, he is no boss, just a baby. If you enjoyed this video, you should subscribe to my channel. It would look great on your resume.